Okay. In this video, I'll show you how to connect to our database via MySQL Workbench, and later on we will connect our backend with this database. As I said earlier on, that you have to bear in mind, you have to control the usage of your database. So here's my databases, the database which I've just created, and the status is available. So I'm gonna work with it today for a while, but for example, if I will finish my job with this database later on, I'm gonna click Actions and Stop. Then you will have one more extra option to stop it. Just click Stop. And let's say that I will go back to my application like tomorrow or day after or a couple days later. Then I will have to reboot that database to be able to operate it. But between this evening and let's say tomorrow morning or day after or 2 days after, the database will not work, and I will not use my free usage access. So as I said, because of that, you have to control the endpoint that you are receiving. This time is just something like that. So then if I will reboot my database, this endpoint probably will be different, so I have to update my backend, eventually frontend, but this is something different. So just remember, when you will finish the work with your database, it's up to you. You can stop it and rerun it, or you can leave it constantly available, but bear in mind, in 30 days you will use all your free usage, and then you have to start to pay for your database. Okay, Workbench, how we can connect with our freshly created database. So as I don't have so I'm gonna type Workbench. I'm gonna do some, I want to have it on my desktop, so I'm just gonna go open file location and send to desktop. Okay, now I can go to my desktop, MySQL Workbench. Now I'm gonna click this plus button. I just AWS, this name is up to you, you can create whatever you want. Host name. Host name, it has to be the host name that we have received earlier on from our database. So for example, if I will click stop and rerun the database again, the host name will be different, and then I will have to create a new connection. So that's one of the issues which you will have eventually later on. You just have to remember that you have to do this option, and then it's gonna, I'm working with it automatically. I just remember that I have to create a new Workbench connection every time that I'm rebooting my database. Okay, so I'm copying my host name. I'm gonna paste it here, 3306. Username, I remember it was admin. Then click store info. The password was 12345678. Okay, and click test connection. And that's a success. That's what we are waiting for. Okay, then click OK. Click once again on that AWS. The connection is opened. Excellent. This is our database from AWS. So now we are connecting in some service stored in America. This is great, you know, I'm sitting in Scotland and now I've got a database in America and I can work with it. Okay, so I'm gonna create database MyDB. Why MyDB? Because my backend was created, is configured to use that MyDB database, so that name has to be exactly the same as in your backend. Maybe I'll show you where is it exactly. So I'm gonna open our backend application, which we were working with earlier on. And as you can see, it's my DB here. So go back to Workbench, create database MyDB. Okay, click refresh, and now we've got a database MyDB on our AWS server. So now we can connect our backend data application with this very server. So go back to MyDB. So I've made three things. Maybe I'll do this once again, just to show you how to do that. So basically, at this very moment, your application properties should look something similar to this. Okay, so I have to copy this line for the URL and for the username and for the password. I'm doing it this way as sometimes I want to work on my local database, sometimes I want to work on the AWS database. So just do not copy and paste it again and again, just gonna keep those options doubled. So now I'm gonna just put a hash button here. It means that those lines, of course, are not gonna be taken into consideration. And now, localhost. The localhost is the IP provided by AWS. So I'm gonna type it here. I'll show you once again where is it. So go to your databases, the database that you just created, endpoint. This is what I'm talking about. So you have to copy it, go to your backend application, and paste it here. Leave the rest as it is. Now the username was admin, and the password was 5675678. Okay. So run your application. It's Java application, run Java application. Let me see what is happening. So the Tomcat servers just started, application started. Yep, application is working. So go back to your Workbench, click that refresh button, enlarge MyDB, enlarge tables. Here are our two tables, which means we successfully connected our backend local application with our AWS server. One very important thing: do not post it to the Git remote. We don't want to do this in this part, as we don't want to show this address, that username, that password to the open public. So just do not push that data to the remote repository. In the next video I'll show you how to make it in a secure way. And that's it.